At a very young age, I developed a fascination with Mexican and international photographers who seem to transform Mexico's people, streets, and landscapes into pure art. Every one of these photographers gave Mexico a different reflection. With Manuel Álvarez Bravo, the country was a shifting dream, tender and poetic. Juan Rulfo brought longing and memory. Tina Modotti and Gabriel Figueroa filled their images with revolutionary fire, while Lola Álvarez Bravo wove art, beauty, and anthropology into each picture. Their lenses weren't just windows, they were portals to a Mexico in motion. Today, let's focus on Lola and Manuel Álvarez Bravo. These two weren't just photographers, they were architects of Mexican identity after the revolution. Their art intertwined with the era's painters and writers, and helped Mexico understand and construct itself. Their relationship's origins are mysterious. Some say they grew up as neighbors, and others say that they met in high school. What matters is that their story began, and it would change the face of Mexican art forever. Manuel was born in Mexico City in 1902, surrounded by artistic influences. Art wasn't a hobby in his family, it was life. His grandfather painted, and his father dabbled in photography, so young Manuel was taught to see before he could even use a camera. When his father passed away, financial struggles pushed him into a factory work and then a desk job. But his passion for photography stayed quietly alive, waiting for its moment. Lola was born in Jalisco a year later, and although she had a privileged childhood, everything was lost when his father died when she was still very young. And then she was sent to an orphanage. But at the National Preparatory School, she found friendship with Frida Kahlo and reconnected with Manuel, a turning point that led them into marriage in 1925. In their marriage, Lola discovered photography. Watching Manuel work in the darkroom lit a new fire within her. Surrounded by revolutionaries, painters, and dreamers in Mexico City, the young couple found themselves living at the epicenter of an artistic revolution. Then came Edward Weston and Tina Modotti, an American and an Italian who fell in love with Mexico's creative energy and stayed far longer than they planned. Weston would eventually return home, but Tina Modotti remained and shaped Mexico's cultural and photographic scene forever. Before she was expelled from Mexico because of her political activity, she handed her camera and role at Mexican Folk Week's journal to Lola and Manuel, setting their careers in motion. Modotti didn't just inspire, she enabled, and her camera became Lola's first real tool. Manuel, influenced by his foreign contemporaries like Henri Cartier-Bresson, chose to step back from politics in his art. Critics say he missed a chance to be an activist, but I think they missed the point. His genius showed Mexico's layers, its hidden moments, its poetic possibilities, instead of pushing ideology. His work rose to artistic mastery, recognized by UNESCO decades later. Lola, meanwhile, refused to choose between poetry and politics, and she brought the urgency of Modotti and the craft of Manuel into her unique blend. Her photos of Mexico's indigenous communities combine documentary accuracy with evident compassion, what one historian calls empathic archaeology. Lola's camera treated her friends, the artists, the writers, like family, but her greatest work came after the end of her marriage, when her artistry truly blossomed. After separating in 1934, Lola didn't just become one photographer. She became a cultural leader. She headed Fine Arts Photography Department, created her own gallery, and organized historic exhibitions, including Frida Kahlo's only solo show in Mexico. Her work shaped not just images, but the very institutions of Mexican art. In the meantime, Manuel shifted into film, contributing to legendary projects such as Eisenstein's Que Viva Mexico. For Lola, being the only woman among male artists became a strength. Her photographs, she said, preserved memories of a Mexico that no longer existed, a living testimony of change. Her sense of mission brought her honors, and she left an indelible imprint on Mexican culture. Lola's images reveal the heart and transformation of Mexico, attentive and empathic. Manuel's gaze show how Mexicans dream, balancing tradition with a hunger for modernity, fusing local culture with global artistic movements. Together, their bodies of work become a visual epic about a nation rebuilding itself. For amateur photographers and celebrated ones like Graciela Iturbide, their legacy proves photography is deeper than technique. It's about seeing with honesty and love. Lola paved the way for women in art, not just as participants, but as leaders. She was a curator, a gallery director, a teacher, and a creator working right until her eyesight failed. Lola passed away in 1993 at 90, and Manuel in 2002 at the age of 100. Today, their archives are protected as global treasures. Their influence acknowledged at the highest levels of art and culture. And in a world where everyone has a phone camera, the work asks us to slow down, to really see our surroundings, our neighbors, our changing histories. Their artistry reminds us that photography can be an act of care, of witness, and of cultural creation. When Mexico looked at itself through their lenses, it saw not just images, but its own soul. So next time you take a photo and post it, remember, truly seeing and sharing your world is a powerful, lasting gift. And if you found this journey into Mexican photography as inspiring as I did, check out Lola and Manuel's photos.